And you're just asked to just kind of talk off the cuff, on the fly. That means forget about the mind map. You know, if you need it, look here and there, but like all I want you to do is just talk and create content off the fly, off the top of your dome, based on the topics, the tables that you guys are talking about. So today's it's an exploration exercise. What is it?
An exploration exercise.
Okay, very good. So just a couple of concepts that we talked about yesterday. I want you guys, these are the things that I'll be looking for. I will be looking for the voice triangle. Who can remember
I have it.
how many different voices are we going to try to speak in? Yes, right there.
There's high, medium, low.
There's the high voice. This is where it's going to sound like you're screaming a little bit. Then there's also the medium voice, conversational, kind of like what we're doing right now, just having a conversation. But then every once in a while, and you're not going to use this voice that much in public speaking, but every once in a while I want you to just try to bring the audience in, maybe pause, and just kind of lower your voice a little bit. Just for a little bit, bring a point. Don't stay there. The whole idea is seesaw. What is seesaw? Up and
Down.
up and down. So I want your voice to go up and down. Yes or yes?
Yes.
Yeah? All right. Now, that's the voice triangle. We got the high, the medium, and the low. Then remember, we have the stage. Say it. What was it?
Stage.
The stage triangle. Very good. And we had on that front line, we had 3 lily pads right over here. Okay? So here's what I don't want you to do. You don't have to be religious about the lily pad, but just don't stay in one place. Also, you don't have to pace back and forth. I just want you to just kind of like create some movement up on stage, right? So that gives you a lot of energy so that you're not just staying in one place. Remember also we had the gestures. How many different types of gestures are we supposed to use? 3 different types. And what were they? Do you guys remember?
Dynamic, close order, and minute.
Awesome, excellent. And then who can explain the difference between these 3 different types of gestures? Dynamic is over the top, theatrical, bigger than life, okay? What about close quarter? It's in the middle. Imagine there's a fish tank and all of the gestures, they kind of land within that box. Fish tank from your shoulder to your belly button, so like this. And then there's also the minute. And what are the minute? Where you're just using wrist and fingers. So we said it yesterday, variety is, say it one more time, variety is? Variety is king. We want to have a lot of variety. So don't be doing the same gesture the whole time. Like give some variety up here. Yeah, you guys can do it?
Yes.
Yeah, I know you can. I've seen it. Okay, and then what we're going to do also, we're going to add one more layer, and then you guys will be coming up here to present. And this one last layer is CP, which stands for crowd participation. What's it stand for?
Crowd participation.
Crowd participation. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to create a dialogue, not a monologue. What's the difference? A dialogue is where you have a 2-way conversation. You're talking, the audience is talking. A monologue is where you're the only one talking. So what we want to do is we want to create a dialogue. Now here's how we do this. Everybody go ahead and put your hand right over here and say, questions hook the mind.
Questions hook the mind.
Questions hook the mind. So I want you to ask a lot of questions. When you finish with the statement, instead of finishing with the statement, tag on a question at the end of the statement. An example would be, did that make sense? Are you guys willing? Can you imagine if that was true in our community, what kind of difference would that make? How many people think this is a good idea? Raise your hand if you know what I'm talking about. Can you relate? So all of these are just different examples of questions. So what I want you to do is finish a lot of your sentences with a question. Very good. So this creates crowd participation. Questions. Another way to create crowd participation is to fill in the blank. Very good. So here's how we do this.
Pay attention.
Start a sentence, don't finish it. Let the audience finish it for you. Okay? An example would be, like we talked about yesterday, 85% of success is just one thing. It's just showing up. Participation, whatever the audience says, doesn't matter, roll with it. So start a sentence and then don't finish it, kind of wait for them. Say, come on, help me out. Let them finish your sentences. So far, is this making sense?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. And then I'll give you guys one more, and this is get them to move. Get them to what? Move. Get them to move right there in their chair. So an example would be, everybody go ahead and stand up.